What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know the gun.
It's gonna get it in. Hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the Alvin Chipmunks, the gun, Wes Watson, his asshole, Big Boy, his man chichis, and Cali Muscles, Kamamada, and Watermelon are kicking, right? And we appreciate all the support.
So what's happening with it, man? Let's get straight to it. I'm very humbled for all your support. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's talk JD, brother, right? And we're not talking JD Delay. We're talking JD, the outlaw biker that was living on my couch for damn near 6 months, right? That vato did not, when he left, he took the couch and all the bed bugs with him that he brought, right? Definitely, man. He came out of Folsom itching like a motherfucker. And it wasn't from a heroin fucking, it wasn't from the trap. It might have been. Shit, I don't know, right? But at the same time, this brother, he started off with H and ended up with clear, right? You know what I mean? Hey, that's what happens when I introduce him to Roach. Roach will turn a white man out. There will be a white man like, nah, I only smoke weed. 2 days later, he's like, fucking natives are coming. The natives are coming, right? He would just trip. So anyways, as JD proceeded to fucking indent my couch, right? I became used to him. You know, I would go to work. I would come home from work. I was working at Jack in the Box at the time. And like I said, I was getting all the free food. Well, he was getting all the free food, right? I was getting whatever crumbs the bum left, right? But it was all good, man. He was a good dude. The intimidation factor wasn't there anymore. I knew he didn't pose a threat to me. He wasn't tripping with my old lady. He really considered her a daughter, which I respect, right? So I'm going to tell you about 2 instances that happened. So he's living at my pad. This is when me and him got into it, right? Yeah, we got into it. And then he goes out and brings a super featherwood home, a straight up tirada. Man, this chick was intimidating. She was more intimidating than he was. You know, I mean, she put several fingertips on that guy. But prior to that, the reason why JD was even allowed to be in my pad and sleep on my house is because he actually raised my first baby's mom for several years. You know, her father and her mother split when she was a baby. And so he was around. You know, it was one of her mom's several, and I mean several. Do you smell what the rock? Several boyfriends, right? But he was the one that kind of stood and stuck for a minute, in and out of prison, living the outlaw biker lifestyle. He just was what he is, right? And JD's still running around. You know, I heard he had a heroin overdose, but bounced back. But he's still doing his thing out there, I'm sure. So anyways, so one day, you know, my baby's mom's mother would always come over. And she was still fucking with him. Lightweight. You know, she'd come and she'd be looking at his peephole and he'd be like, remember when I used to rev your engine? Right? And they'd have this way of talking like they were good together, believe it or not, but she was hoeing. And this is the truth of the matter. She was strung out and she was really hoeing like she was knowing, right? So every once in a while, she'd be like, give me a ride to Madera, give me a ride to Fresno. She had a gang of tricks. These old ass dudes, she used to pull up to their pad, do some extracurricular activities. I mean, the intent was there, right? And she'd always look out for me, give me a couple hundred for gas. A couple hundred for gas back in them days would fill up the tank a few times, right? So it was always good. And my baby's mom used to be mad at me. Why are you always taking my mom giving her rides? What are you doing? I said, no, she ain't giving me mamons. I didn't say that. Well, I didn't either, right? So anyways, one day she asked me and my baby's mom, and JD's against it, right? Because he hated the fact that he knew the way she was getting her money. So he'd be right there on my couch, all strung out. He'd be like, brother, I'm fucked up, brother. I need help. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I could always drop you off at Roach's house. He could help you. Yeah, you know, I'm tired of staying away. You know what I mean? I need to be down. Can you help me out with your tia? I know your tia over there. He's talking about my tia, Augustine. I know she got that good shit. I said, I don't want, because she'll fuck around and keep you hostage. It's the way she is. And unless you want to be surrounded by a whole bunch of paisas, dog shit, fucking pit bulls, piranhas, roaches, a fat chick trying to grab your balls, and of course my cousin go, whooping, are you a Southsider? You don't really want to be there, let alone if my primo Pepe pulls up on the run again. It's definitely going to be different because he's going to be like, easy. Let me separate mine from yours. Break bread like Jesus said. You're a white man. That means you got a silver spoon in your ass. I say, that's good. I do too, but mine is burnt, right? And so I just know how that would go. So I was trying to keep him away. Eventually, I'll tell you a super norteño story where he did come over for a barbecue. And of course, my tia, you know, she's got white guy fever. She's got white guy. What's up, brother? Right? My tia was like, oh, yeah. Look at this motherfucker right here. His balls are bigger than your earlobes. And you got some fucked up big earlobes. That's just how my tia was. Anyways, so he's lightweight arguing with my baby's mom's mother, right? He was like, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you sleeping around. And she was like, oh, it's too late for that. Motherfucker, I slept around last night with about 3 different motherfuckers. So anyways, her whole plan was to go to Fresno, right? So I'm going to take her to Fresno. She was like, I'm going to give you 500. This fool's, he's an OG, old man. He's going to cash her out a thou wow. He's going to give her a straight thou wow, to lick her toes or whatever they were into, some weird shit. So I'm like, all right. At the time, I drove a 69 Impala. Facts, right? Ooh, shaved door handles. Motherfucker was clean. I actually sold it to my Southsider cousin for a rack because my baby's mom got pregnant and I needed to buy diapers and shit. And the first day it got stolen from him and lit on fire. That's what you get up in Northern California when you give a Southsider a fucking deal. Next thing you know, Northerners gonna take that. It was crazy back then. So anyways, he's arguing with her. I'm like, are we gonna go or not? He's looking at me, motherfucker, did I say you can go? And I was like, motherfucker, I ain't even spoke to you anymore. Like, I seen you high, fool. Like, that's it. I don't give a fuck if you're 7 feet tall. Motherfucker, the bigger you are, the harder you will fail. So anyways, we jump in the whip. And it's me, my baby's mom's in the front. Her heifer's in the back, right? Stanking, too. Smelling like Long John Silver's. Straight up smelling like the Krabby Patty. So as I got the windows rolled down, I'm bumping Crystal Blue Persuasion. Ooh, ooh, it's a new vibe. I remember what I was bumping. We're on the 99. It takes about an hour. We get to Fresno, right? Now, this chick did not tell me to what degree of Fresno we were going. She didn't tell me if we were going on Motel Drive out there on the west near the Chandler Street Bulldogs. She didn't tell me if we were going out towards Sanger, next to the Sanger Sureños and the Chancla Boys. She didn't tell me if we were going to Calawa with some dangerous ass fucking bulldogs. She didn't even tell me if we were going to the north side. Shout out to Pleasant Street. No. We get there in Fresno and this chick says, turn here, turn there, and we're deep in the east side. Now, I don't know if you've ever done time with bulldogs, but the east side is nothing to fool with. None of those areas are nothing to fool with, but the east side's always had an impact on me. Most of the bulldogs that I beefed with in the past were from the east side, right? Shout out College Street. But and Bond and all the different areas. But I get to deep in the east side, and I remember where this old man lived. He lived next to like a hood store. You seen I did the video on Milo that got killed over there in Modesto. It was a store like that, a super hood store, bulldog out the game. Bulldogs had that, right? And so I'm in a 69 Impala, so I'm very visible. It was a green one, black top, black vinyl, man. I don't even want to go too much into because I miss my motherfucking baby, right? But I'm kicking it, and I'm an active norteño at the time. So the way I feel is if a bulldog approaches me, I'm going to get off where I'm at. Even though I'm going to get jumped, shot, beat, stabbed, kicked, befuddled, all that different type of shit, never are they going to stick fingers in my culo. But if they chose to, man, how can I fight it? I just got to swing, right? And go out the way I came in. So anyways, I'm there, and my baby's mom's in the front. She's hella fine. I'm going to be real, man. I wouldn't be with her if she wasn't. So she looks good. So the bulldogs are all staring at her. There's a gang of bulldogs around, gang of gang members. They're looking at my baby's mom. What's up? What's up, girl, right? I'm feeling like a chump because these guys are trying to holler at my chick, but I keep my head down like, man, don't say shit. I ain't got no weaponry because I thought we were just going to go In-N-Out Burger. So anyway, speaking of In-N-Out Burger, she's getting burgered inside. So the old lady goes inside, right? She's not very old. She's old now, right? Because my old lady is old now, my baby's mom. She's down near 60. True stories. So anyways, she goes in there and it's like 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's starting to get dark. Bulldogs are coming out of nowhere. I'm hearing them woof and run. I'm looking at her like, man, this is a horrible situation you got me in. Trip out. So anyways, her mom's in there for like an hour. Finally, she comes out. I send my baby's mom in to go get her. I hear bulldogs whistling at my baby's mom's ass. Again, just being a real one, I'm ignoring it for content purposes. Anyway, so she goes in, comes out with her mom, and I told her, Mom, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're trying to get me caught up, man. There's a gang of bulldogs. She was like, they're not going to do nothing to you. Stop being scary, pussy. I'm like, I'm not being scared. I'm being real, man. Like, shit, you don't care about the situation. We always argue, right? We loved each other, but we argue. It's one of those suegras that you care for, and in the bottom of your heart, like, I'll give her a Christmas present. She's always good for like a pack of maxi pads or some shit like that, or Kotex. Her shit, it was está pinky, está big, está fea, right? I've seen it. One time she was walking around the house, her fallopian tube was all over the place. It was wiggling. That's what I'm saying. Bed bugs, JD, oil stains, transmission fluid, and fucking fallopian tubes all been on my couch, right? Take it with you, buddy. So anyways, as we're leaving, she's talking shit. She used to talk shit to me, and she was like, look, I got your money. She threw it at me, and she's kicking my seat, throwing a tantrum, right? I guess he didn't wreck her insides enough like they should have been, right? And so we're already out of there. Like, bulldogs didn't rush. Like, we're good. I'm like, calm down, stop kicking. So I have a headrest. I had these built-in headrests with the TVs. That's back when motherfuckers would put the little TVs in it and shit. I ain't gonna lie. They weren't built-in TVs. They're the ones you strap from Walmart. But I thought I was balling, right? So as we're driving, she keeps kicking my seat, and I tell my baby's mom, like, hey, tell your mom something, man. She's all fucking high. And she was all strung out. And I'm like, I'm going to take you back to JD and just let him fucking just ram your whole shit, right? Like, for reals, you need it. And as I'm driving, she leans forward to like headbutt me. She's tripping, right? And I go up to like elbow like that, and I ain't even gonna lie, I caught her in her mouth, right? Teeth just went. Poof. I felt bad because that wasn't my intention. I was just trying to like, bitch, back up. You know, it was instinct. This chick spit all her teeth and blood everywhere. Now I'm freaked out because she's getting blood all over my vinyl seats, but I could just clean them, right? And I'm looking at her. I go, man, see, you're stupid, man. I don't want to do that, man. I feel bad, right? She spit them all out. She goes, I bet you I can give a good blowjob now. I was like, damn, you didn't before? I plead the fifth, right? Anyways, so I get her back to JD. She tells him, look at what this motherfucker did to me. JD took a big old swing at me, but it was slow because he was high as fuck. He just got plugged in. Roach hooked him up. This fool swung. It was like, I was like, I slapped it away and I rushed him, right? I'm fighting with a 7-foot man in my house, man, trying to avoid breaking my fucking 42-inch TV. And we're just slanging him, right? And I ain't gonna lie, he was getting the best of me at one point. And then I bit his fucking leg, like, motherfucker, fuck that, right? You're a big ass white man. He's like, brother, that's my fucking leg, brother. And then that was that. So, anyways, we agreed to disagree about her teeth. She was cool with it. She got dentures. She got hooked up. Anyways, time moves on, right? And she still comes to the house. He's still fucking with her. And then they get in a big old argument, big old fight, right? And she puts hands on him straight up. She was down. I'm surprised she didn't fucking try to stab me or something because her daughter definitely did, right? So anyways, as we're kicking it one day, he's like, hey, brother, I need to get at you, brother. I'm like, what's up? He's like, yeah, I'm going to go to a biker rally. I was like, on that piece of shit fucking Honda Rebel you got right there? He's like, no, brother, I'm gonna use one of my brother's, he got a good ass a soft tail, right? I was like, all right, cool. That's cool. When are you going to be back? Because I'm already thinking if I throw the couch out and change the locks, Sasuke, you can't come back no more, right? Once you leave, my thing is you got a 72-hour time limit like the Northerners on a bad yard, right? If you decide to fucking leave, stay wherever you stood, period. Don't get me confuzzled, right? Don't get me fucked up. This is still my house, in theory, right? So, that's just what I am. And he's like, no, bro, I will be back Sunday. I'm like, all your homeboys and shit? And at this time, you got to understand, there was bikers coming in and out of my house. My house became damn near a clubhouse, right? They damn near had church at my house. It was crazy. Like, there'd be bikers there. My old lady be cooking and shit. I'm like, oh, I know she's fucking getting rammed. I just know it. She's all there all happy, happier than she's been in a long time. So I'm disgruntled. I'm a disgruntled employee like Renegade Media. I'm sad, right? So I'm like, fuck. But what am I going to do? Bunch of crazy ass bikers with long beards. Hey, what's up, brother? There's a Mexican here. Yeah, there's a Mexican that lives here. I felt like Miklo from Blood In, Blood Out going into my head. Hey, this is my bed, homie. Get out my bed, right? This is my fucking TV. Why are you guys watching fucking The Devil's Rejects? Anyways, I go into the pad, and like I said, it became fucking a rallying spot for the bikers. It became Sturgis in a fucking 2-bedroom apartment. Anyways, and now I know you ask yourself, why didn't you give him a bed? Fuck him. That couch was, that's all him. He took that over. So anyways, he comes back. He goes to the biker rally. He comes back, and he has a chick with him, Rhonda. Rolled baby girl like a brand new Honda. She was on top. I was up under. The bed hit the wall. It sounded like, get the fuck off my old lady, brother. Right? That's what it sounded like. So anyways, I ain't gonna lie. She had a nice body, fine, pretty. She was probably like 28, 29, just fine, right? But the shittiest, stinkiest, tapeaest, meanest, fucking no, she didn't like menudo attitude, right? This bitch was, and he's like, hey, brother, is it all right if my lady stays the night with me? Who am I to say no? I'm trying to look at her tits. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Now, baby's mom is tripping. I don't want no fucking bitch staying there. I said, you brought a 7-foot, wily, woolly mammoth biker to my house. Let him, but he's my dad. He's not your dad. You know what I mean? He's some dude that your mom dated and sucked his dick for about 4 years. That's it. That has more time on the shitter and Folsom than he does in your life. No, right? Let her stay. Please. I beg of you, right? After what you did with the bikers the other day, please, can I get mine? Right? So I'm just trying to live vicariously through him. So he's right there. He's got his dick like it's a stick shift. They're watching TV, and she's over there like, I'm fucking hungry. When are you going to make something? Do these Mexicans cook? I'm like, God damn, racist ass white chick, right? But she was fine. I ain't gonna lie. And so Rhonda and him get into arguments, right? Rhonda just stays. She just never leaves. My baby's mom's like, I guess Rhonda's staying. He's like, that's my old lady. You know what I mean? Her mom comes over, sees Rhonda, sees that he's happy, turns around, does an about face and leaves because it's a look of Rhonda that she just does not fuck around. She is a biker's old lady's old lady. She's not the one, right? You don't fuck with her. She's dealing with some real crazy characters. So anyways, Rhonda's there and this is the blood. This is what happens. So we all go to Roach's house, okay? And when Roach lays eyes on Rhonda, there's going to be some shenanigans because he comes out the window. He's like, yeah, what's up, bro? Son of a bitch. Fucking hell. And Jesus has, hey, brother, can I talk to you, brother? I'm like, yeah. He's like, brother, that's perfection, brother. If God did anything right, he created ants, he created bed bugs, he created my mom and her bullshit ass fucking food. Mild salsa was a good look. He created a feather wood right there, brother. Hook me up. I was like, that's JD's old lady. He's like, oh, brother, he owes me like fucking $500. I'm going to get me mammo. Right? So he's over there talking. I think he did, to be honest with you, right? But anyways, what happens is Roach starts taking a liking to this chick. So we're going over there frequently. And she likes Roach because he has the bag. Roach is the bag man, right? JD is the can I get a bag man, right? And the women in this lifestyle, that lifestyle, like the man with the money in the bag. And Roach is tricking like a motherfucker. I'm like, hey, Roach, what's up with your relationship? Come on, brother, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? She's black. We don't want to go there. Plus, hey, Rhonda, brother, have you slept with her yet? I'm like, nah, hell no, bro. I wouldn't do that. But hey, little something. What's happening though? He's like, brother, that pussy's good. I'm just gonna say that. Brother, we gotta get rid of JD. There's a furnace that I have in the back. We throw that motherfucker in there right now. And now at this point, I'm thinking, shit, if it works, getting him out of my house, whatever, right? But JD's not stupid and he's big. And when he's not high, his punches hurt, right? So this chick starts staying with Roach. Like one day she's like, oh, I'm gonna go to my homegirl's house. I didn't even know where this bitch was from. I never seen her in the city of Merced in my life. You know, we don't got outlaw bikers in Merced. So who was she really hanging around with? These guys were coming from out of state and different places. But she has a friend. Well, her friend happened to be Roach's back porch, right? So she's back there chilling with the pit bull, jumps in through the window, and Roach is like, she's a T-Rada. She's a T-Rada, brother. Right? He's over the featherwooding the featherwood. And JD finds out. And so JD's knocking on the door, which was kind of weird because I never seen anyone knock at the door. Usually tapped on the window and either Roach or his mom came jumping through it, right? It's a fucking Mexican at the window, right? Like, I never knocked on his door. Ever. I've walked through the door to get in his house. Sometimes. Most times you just jump through the window. But never actually seen anyone knocking. So this was like new to me. So I had given JD a ride. So he's banging. He's like, I know Rhonda's here. Hey, all the bikers coming out of me. And I was like, oh, fuck, right? Roach just has bad luck with bikers. I don't even know why he hangs around them, right? But whatever. I brought this one in the mix. Man, if this chick didn't come out with hickeys on her nipples were like sucked damn near high. They were like that. She was in a little t-shirt. Oh, man, I was like, wow, she really is bad, right? This dude snatched her by her throat. I'll fucking kill you, bitch, right? And Roach came out like, hey, brother, let's call a spade, brother. And I'm not disrespecting blacks. Let's just be real. She likes me, brother. Who am I? I'm a white man, and it's the white thing to do. It's mighty white of me. If you're not giving her what she needs, then, brother, it's better that a white man does it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a Mexican over there who's definitely looking at her ass right now, right here between me and you. Between me and you, we're white. You're white, I'm white. You know what I mean? We can't let the Mexican win. All right, you ready? So let me win because I'm white, and then you'll win after. Even though it was you in the first place, brother, you can take second. Hey, brother, silver ain't as good as gold, but silver is still silver. You know what I mean? Let's leave the Mexican with the bronze, if you know what I'm saying, brother. Right? JD doesn't know what he's saying. He snatched up Roach by his throat, start choking him, right? Trying to pop his teeth out of his socket. Literally, he didn't know that Roach didn't have teeth, right? So those weren't going nowhere. And they started chunking him. And Roach's fucking mom came out hitting Roach in the head with a fucking frying pan. Leave JD alone, because she was infatuated with the size of his chorra, just like my tia was. It was something with these older women and every man they met. I don't know. What happens is this chick comes with a baseball bat and starts beating on JD, right? She totally switched up, right? My baby's mom ended up putting fucking fingertips and hands on her, went over there and beat her ass, for doing that to her dad. So JD went through some situations. So that was part 2, man, of JD and some of the shenanigans he went through. He brought Rhonda home. Rhonda. She ended up leaving, right? Random Rhonda. We're calling her erotica, right? She was different. Man, wherever you're at, Rhonda, I know you're probably about 75 years old right now. If the culo is still tight like that, holla, right? You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Anyways, we'll get to part 3 tomorrow, man. I got another JD one, and we're going to talk about how he finally got out of my house, the couch, everything, and I never seen him again. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I fucking truly believe in, brother. That's motorcycles, pit bulls, cockroaches, chicks with nice asses. They're kind of tight, but they're a little flat. But once she sits on that seat, you can't tell. And all the other shenanigans, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate the support, man. This is the gun. Bang, bang.